Alright, Skoda Volkswagen Group is completely on a roll in India with respect to its performance, with respect to its sales, and of course, at this event where we are celebrating Skoda's five-star ratings for almost 15 years in India. At this Natrix stand, I'm joined by Christian. Thank you, Christian, for joining us. Pleasure as always to speak to you. Tell us about the five-star ratings that Skoda cars have been getting in the past 15 years. In fact, it's been an old legacy of Skoda cars to have good safety vehicles. So, what does it entail for the brand? It shows a commitment level for the Indian markets or the global markets. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it is of course part of our DNA, right? So 15 years, as you say, since 2008, every newly launched Skoda vehicle has 5 stars. This is a story in itself. And so it was for us extremely important to bring the same to our 100% India manufactured vehicles. So that the Slavia and the Kushaq got it in itself is a huge and important milestone. Even more proud, I may say, we are because it is not only the first cars tested under the tougher GN-CAP regime, it's the first cars offering also 5 stars for the passengers on the rear seats, your children and your family. And that is really, for us as a family-oriented brand, it's extremely important.
Right. Okay. So if I look at Skoda cars safety ratings, they have been surpassing. Is it safe enough to say that Skoda would be continuing to focus on the safety aspect for the consumers and get a much better brands into much more better cars into India? What's the take on that?
It is, as you say, it's a core pillar of our brand, right? So we are a family-oriented brand, so safety, security for our customers is of paramount importance. It's standing next to our family orientation. It's standing next to our friendliness, openness as a brand. It's a again, extremely important pillar. And that means, of course, in the future, we will take care of that pillar, develop it further, and make sure that we are always in that position in the market.
All right, Christian. Moving on to the sales numbers, 70 to 85% growth in various brands you've seen in India. What are you entailing this to? Are you entailing this to good demand, to good buying, capacity for Indians? Give us the reasons what the group has done overall to improve its market share.
Yeah, I think we have really introduced now with the entire 2.0 vehicle family, with the Volkswagen Virtus, the Taygun and the Skoda Slavia and Kushaq, we have the full portfolio in the market for our volume brands. That's of course a very important cornerstone of that development. But the other part is the India story. I mean, the Indian automotive market has grown to 3.7 million vehicles in the last year, which is huge, number 3 in the world. The economy itself, I mean, the past 8 years, India has jumped from number 10 in the world to number 5 in terms of GDP. So there's a strong move. You see it in the confidence of customers. The middle class is growing. People are specifically in that segment where we play between 10 and 25 lakh. People are really on the market. They want to shop a car. It's an aspirational thing to have, and mobility is important for the development of the country. So we are in the right spot at the right time, and we are doing, I think, the right things.
All right. So also give me a sense of the growing SUV market in India. A hatchback segment, the entry level car segment are literally vanishing, and people are getting more aspirational. They're talking about getting more of SUVs rather than the sedan vehicle also. So you having two flagship sedans and one SUV as of now. So are you planning to get more SUVs into Indian markets, and what's your outlook on sedan segment in India?
Yeah. Sedan segment is there. I mean, I think we took a part in revitalizing the sedan segments with our vehicles. That's also why we went there. We believe in that. It's an important segment. When you drive around your family, they are very well placed in the back of a sedan. It's a very spacious vehicle. So we are committed to that segment, and we will also stay there. It's also important, by the way, as an export segment for our factory. Among the 40 to 50,000 vehicles we export, a big chunk of that is the sedans, of course. In terms of SUV, we have now, as the brand Skoda, we have the Kushaq and the Kodiaq. Brand Volkswagen has the Taygun and the Tiguan in the market. And of course, we are looking at that portfolio, and we are looking at opportunities to grow that portfolio into the future.
Okay, so are you planning to have some capacity expansion as well? Because Aurangabad plant, then Volkswagen's plants. As the production increases, you'll have to expand your capacity. So are there plans to infuse more money and get your plants in place? And of course, for the dealership expansion as well, you might be needing more money. So tell us about that investments.
No, we will continue to invest into India, right? I mean, even our group CFO, Dr. Antlis, has clearly expressed that India is a focus point for the group. I'm not in a position to give any figures now, but the plant will grow, our dealerships will grow, everything will grow, product portfolio will grow. We will bring electromobility, of course, to a larger scale in India. We are already here with the brands Audi and Porsche, with the Taycan and the e-trons, right? So we are in a growth mode, and we will continue that, and we will fund that, of course, with investments.
And you've mentioned about getting 6 more EVs. So tell us about those timelines and the plans, and how affordable are you planning to make those EVs?
Yeah, for the brand Skoda, who recently last week launched their product portfolio until 2026 with 6 new EVs, of course, we are looking now first step at the Enyaq. Enyaqs, we have already some running around. If you look careful, you'll find them for testing purposes. We will try to bring the Enyaq into India in this fiscal year, so by March 2024. And then we take it step by step. We look at the market demand, the resonance of the vehicle. We will then at some point in time, of course, start the local manufacturing in Aurangabad facility. And of course, in the strategic plan, there's a fully localized electric vehicle as well.
Right. So I think the market would be eagerly waiting for electric vehicles from your stable. Also, towards my last set of questions, are you still in troubles with respect to chip shortages and semiconductor supplies and supply chain situations? Has the situation eased? And if not, by when do you think it'll be eased?
Well, the third quarter, we still had, openly speaking, a few troubles. Yes, it hit us a little bit. Customers felt it partly with delivery shortages. Second quarter looks much better, and I'm confident that finally, the second half of this year will see a return to, let's say, normal supplies.
Also, okay. What's your outlook on the Indian automotive sector? A lot of auto OEMs closed the financial year with, record number of bookings and sales. However, this year looks like a bit troublesome. With single-digit growth for most of the OEMs. So, are you also anticipating single-digit growth, or are you more bullish on that?
Depends a bit on the brands, right? So I'm confident for Skoda. Again, we will see double-digit growth. Also, Volkswagen will have the full portfolio available this year. The Virtus for the entire year. So let's see where we end up. The market, I agree, 2022 was, of course, exceptional, right? You don't see that so often in your lifetime. But the total market might again achieve a double-digit growth, 10%, something like that, and see the 4 million in this year. So I'm still bullish on the Indian automotive market.
Right. Last question to you before I let you go. What's the next big thing coming up from the group? I'm asking from not from Skoda or Volkswagen's point of view. In the entire portfolio, what's the next two big developments that we can expect?
Oh, that's a good question. I think if you ask for the entire group across the brands, we have, of course, a strong growth plan also for the brand Audi. So we are going to introduce some new vehicles this year. Also, the brand Porsche has a strong development plan, so you will see a lot of activities there. But I think bringing like something like the Enyaq in the volume segment, that's a very important move for the brand Skoda, and I think Volkswagen will not watch that without taking part.
Well, Christian, wishing you all the best and
Thank you.
looking forward to see you again. Thank you so much.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.